Hey guys, I'm Orla from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are reviewing the Everyday 3-litre sling from Peak Design. In this review, we have sectioned it off into a wee summary, features, fit check and comfortability, see how it feels on the female body, do a wee water test, pros and cons, and then round up the video with some final thoughts. And of course, if there is anything that we have missed that you would like to know about this sling, then just pop us a wee comment below. This is priced at £80 and it is made up with 400D double poly-coated DWR impregnated nylon canvas shell with 100% recycled post-consumer material, and it has high visibility grey nylon interior. They do offer super durable ultra zips, and the accents is leather for the ash and midnight, and for the black here it is Hypalon. So a wee weight without dividers is 0.45 kg and with dividers is 0.55 kg, and the dimensions are 30 by 19 by 24 centimeters. You can get it in the black, you can also get it in the ash. If you want to get it in the 10 litre, then that is in the black, and then the 6 litre is in the ash and midnight. But over on their website, they do a great job in breaking everything down, giving you all the details you need. The links are below. Now, just with personal preference, I'm definitely glad that I got the black. I'm not a huge fan of the other colours, but I have no doubt in terms of like the durability of this sling. My preference is more so, if you've checked out the Stubble & Co kind of sling that I have reviewed, that is my preference in terms of the kind of materials. But this is great because of the Peak Design's way of making this perfect for camera gear, camera equipment, and making sure that your belongings are absolutely safe. It is just preference in terms of this style. Because it is such a boxy style, there is no flexibility to it. It can become a bit unflattering for the female body. So most of the time it is placed on the back like a wee backpack, or even as a hip belt might be a bit better, but because of the nature of this and the fact that it can't really compress anymore into what it is right now, being on the front, and if you have boobs, it just becomes a bit more like a third boob. But I personally have been on a hunt for something like this that doesn't require me to use a huge backpack, and I have something small enough to fit my camera gear into, my phone, ID, keys, purse, and know that everything is absolutely safe, because a lot of the slings that I've tested don't really fit my camera gear in, and it doesn't feel secure enough. Peak Design do offer lifetime warranty. It is important to note that there is a list of things it does not cover. It's such as stains, scratches, and wear and tear. This warranty protects you against the defects of work craftsmanship. They ship internationally, and they do also offer 30-day returns. Okay, let's get cracking on with the features. So the branding is subtle as ever. I also have to say Peak Design, especially with the black and even on their backpacks and all their gear, it's not overly flashy with the black. The branding itself is quite hidden and less appealing to a thief's eye. So in regards to the external features here, you are given 2 straps here that you can attach onto the kind of lash points. There is 4 on the sides of the bag where you can attach them quite easily to. It's quite simple, you just push down on it, which is really nice. So you can attach, if you wanted, a tripod. You could also attach a jacket or a barbell pad, whatever you need. But this makes it great then for like creators who are setting up for camera shots and everything, that they have that ability to extend onto this sling. So then you have kind of your only handle here, which is well cushioned. It saves you from grabbing onto the straps, and it's quite nice to have that. It's quite aesthetically pleasing. If you wanted to hang this up as well, then you could do so. Bit of cushion to it, but you know, not over for you to be holding it for long periods of time. That would get quite heavy. On the sides then, you kind of have like, I wouldn't say so much as a handle, but 2 kind of external lash points here if you did want to attach again onto the bag. These are quite thick though, so trying to get a carabiner or anything around that might be quite tough, but there's little loopholes here. I'm sure if you get creative with it, you could find something to place onto those. The zips are definitely high quality. They're all custom designed, which is really nice, and implemented. They haven't like been skimpy with the details here. Their hardware is exceptional as well. You know, you're not finding that anything is going to break within a short period of time. This is definitely a long-lasting type of sling. So you have your front pocket here. As the bag is just at its original shape, this front pocket can become tight. So trying to get thicker items into there is a bit of a battle, and when you do pack it up, you're kind of fighting to get in to figure out what you've got in there. It is still bright interior, which is nice, and it does kind of open up nicely so you can kind of see, as you can see from this, you can see in. The pocket does run up to the top here and down to the bottom here. It's great in terms of it being kind of hidden here with this pocket. You can kind of slide that there. It looks a little bit of an anti-theft kind of style pocket, which is nice. But again, a little bit too tight when the bag, because of it's already quite structured. So trying to fit thicker items in there is literally impossible. I've opted to put a snack, priorities, keys in there, and then a passport. So I keep ID in the front there. At your own risk, obviously, but as mentioned, it is quite a tight pocket. So hopefully by the time someone's messing around with your bag, you're actually going to notice that. This kind of material is easy to clean. It's very soft feel to it. As mentioned, plenty of room in here. The only thing is that it is just a bit tight. If you wanted to place an electronic in there, you would have to kind of maneuver it into position. Key lash would have been nice to go in there, like the retractable one. They do have, if you have any of their bags, then most of the time they give you that. I don't know if it was supposed to come with this or not. I haven't had a chance to look online, but even with, I have one, but it's sitting on my other set of keys actually. And I absolutely love it because you can detach it and then reattach it, which is nice. It would have been nice for that to be in there, or have some sort of point in there where you could attach it to, because right now you can't, so you're just having to chuck your keys in. So if we go into the main pocket of this bag here, again, the custom pillars here are lovely and the zips always run smoothly. Opening up the bag, you have 2 flaps on each side, so it allows you to get that full range. So you can see in, you've got that bright interior as well, so you're not having to fight to see inside the bag. And then with the bag you do get flex folds, so that's nice. You have the option to use that to create some sort of organization if you want to, or you completely don't have to. At the top here you do have your wee pocket, which Peak Design are known for camera gear, and they've implemented smaller pockets, which is super ideal for SD cards, or if you have a USB port or anything you can place in there, or smaller items, which is nice to have that at the top because it's closest to you. Then you open up the bag and it's right there instead of faffing about into the main body of it. Then inside you have the Velcro attachments on both sides here, so it's easy for that flex fold to fit in. I have opted to place my camera in there. I don't feel the need to put protection on it, but I would advise to do so if you wanted to, but it feels pretty safe in there, especially with the bottom, and the whole bag in itself is well padded and compact and secure. I've opted to put a tripod here, a smaller one, and I think that just fell out because I had that in there, but this is like the USB port. Usually on the sides here, but I'm using this for recording at this current time. I would place in my mics there and the lead. That is super handy as well. And usually I would go for the bigger camera, but it is up here. Then on the other side is just like daily carries that I need. So on both sides you have these meshed pockets, which is nice. As mentioned, I usually put my microphone or clip them onto this here. And then on this side it's handy to have just my purse in there. But again, it's nice for smaller camera accessories if you wanted to place them in there, and then you have that flap to kind of keep it secured in so it's not falling out. So then I do have some spray in here just to keep me from sweating or to cover the smell. Then I have a charger, some sunglasses and a pencil. Inside, as you can see, lots of space for you to play with and work with. As mentioned, it is well padded, so you can pack this up how you want. You can completely detach the flex fold if you want and never see it again, or you can play about with that and how you section off the bag. And that is that main pocket here. Moving on to the kind of back system, there is no real padding, also no pockets or anything on here. It just is what it is. It doesn't compromise the comfort or anything because the padding throughout the sling is sufficient. Now what you can do with like dangle stoppers and stuff is they don't have the actual elastic, but if you roll this up like so, then you can tuck it on in at the back. If you wanted, I think you could probably take these off. No, I don't think that's advised, but you can eliminate your dangle by chucking this in the back like so. So the strap is rotational, keeping in line with their backpack system, and it allows you for you to find your right fit and maneuver it how you want. The strap itself is absolutely fantastic. The fact that they've implemented padding is great, because I find that with brands, especially on slings, they don't go to that level of comfort. And you could make a sling heavy, like you could completely pack this up to the max. So it's nice to know that they have added that comfort. They have the G-hook system to detach, then a quick adjuster allowing you to loosen or tighten the bag easily and sufficiently. So what you can do with the straps is detach here from the G-hook system that just slides on that, so that's how you attach your strap completely. Or if you wanted to, then you could detach this like so, then kind of roll it up maybe a bit more neatly than I have, and tuck that in through the back where you can stow away their straps. That's why the rotation's good, because it's kind of like their travel backpack where you can kind of stow away the straps if you wanted to. Now with this one, this is a bit longer, so just be careful. There's plenty of flexibility to it and enough going on in the back here for you to do that. And then you kind of just have like your little tech pouch if you wanted it to just have a little carry like this, then you can do that and completely stow away those straps. The kind of gatekeeper system makes it easy to adjust this a bit more. You don't have to kind of take that off if you don't want to. It's easy to kind of maneuver with this system that they have going on here. But in terms of like bum bag mode, it just sits a bit low. Like if you were to use this, you would kind of need to tie this yourself around the back, because as you can see, there is no more material left to kind of suction this in. So that's just something to be aware of. I wouldn't be opting for this mode, but let's check out the other modes. So this is the kind of style I go for and definitely appreciate a bit more. This is what it looks like on me. For reference, I'm 5'6". The strap here and the padding is greatly appreciated. It's something that just adds a bit more comfort. A lot of brands just skip over that and think, oh, it's just a sling, so they don't really need it because it doesn't get overly heavy. But especially if you camera gear and stuff in there, then it just makes all the difference. Curves nicely. It's grand for you to sit and adjust if you wanted to bring it a bit lower or bring it a bit higher. And this isn't something that I opt for, but you could have it on front here if you wanted to. Again, you can adjust it to how you think and fit for your own kind of style. I prefer on the back, but this is what it is like. Comfort wise, it is grand. I think I find that the strap is a bit more comfortable when it is this mode rather than this one. For the water test, this is absolutely grand, especially with the kind of coating they have implemented on the zips as well. Just the kind of seatbelt material will take a bit longer to dry, otherwise it is absolutely grand. Okay, time for some pros and cons. I have to say one of the biggest pros with Peak Design is their longevity of their products. The way that they've made up their backpacks, they don't skimp out on details. They put a lot of effort into their design. There is never really any flaws that I have seen in terms of stitching and their hardware. It is just a really great, reliable brand. It is great for camera gear or even just organization. You have the opportunity to remove the flexibles if you don't want to use them, but you also have the opportunity to use them if you do prefer a wee bit more organization. I do love, even for a 3 liter, that you do have the opportunity to extend this out and have these external attachment points. So if you didn't want to, or if you couldn't and you had a bigger tripod, then you can place that on the bottom. Cons for me, especially with their backpacks that I absolutely love and appreciate, is those anti-theft zips that are just easy to kind of maneuver around a loophole that you can implement and put in place. I would have loved to have seen that here with these ones. I mean, if you had your own lock, you could probably place that through there, but I think with their kind of design, that is something that I really appreciate. And if you are on the go and using tech gear or camera gear in here, then I would have appreciated a bit more anti-theft. And would I have loved a wee back pocket? I think here would have been nice, just for those passport or phone moments. Thing to be aware of with this material, it does require a bit of effort to clean, and the dust and fluff and hair does stick to it. In terms of the style, it's definitely a bit more action-like, and I can definitely appreciate it for that more casual kind of adventure look. But in terms of it going with like a flowy dress, it's not really a vibe. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then want to consider joining the GBO community and hitting that subscribe button. If you happen to have a wee gander on their website and you're thinking about purchasing this sling or any of their other bags, then we'd be forever grateful if you could use the links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.